In the depths of winter, beneath a sky heavy with ash-grey clouds, there lay an ancient manor. Within its walls, secrets festered, growing like ivy, choking all who dared to dwell there. The master of the house, a man both feared and revered, sat at his desk in the great study, his shadow cast long and unnatural across the floor. Tonight, as the clock struck midnight, his servant entered, summoned for a task no mortal should ever undertake. The servant, a man named Edgar, had worked for the master for years. Loyal to a fault, he had never questioned the man's peculiarities, but tonight was different. There was a tension in the air, a chill that even the roaring fire could not dispel. Edgar enters the study. His footsteps are soft but echo unnaturally. The master, silhouetted by the candlelight, does not look up. "Master, Edgar, you are punctual as always. Sit." Edgar hesitated, his eyes darting to the grand desk. The master's hands rested on the surface, pale and motionless. He sat, the chair creaking beneath him. "Edgar, you summoned me, sir." "Master, yes, tonight, I have a task for you, one that requires discretion." The master's voice was as cold as the grave. Edgar nodded, his heart pounding in his chest. "Edgar, of course, sir, anything you require." "Master, good, you will deliver a message, but understand, this is no ordinary errand. The one who receives this message is not of our world. They dwell elsewhere." Edgar felt the room grow colder. The master's shadow seemed to ripple, stretching toward him. "Edgar, I don't understand, sir." "Master, you need not understand, you need only obey. But beware, Edgar, once you leave this room, the path will change. You must not turn back." The master hands Edgar a sealed envelope. The wax seal bears an unfamiliar symbol, intricate and unsettling. Clutching the envelope, Edgar stepped into the corridor. The door to the study closed behind him with a heavy thud. The house, once familiar, now felt alien. The walls seemed to breathe, the air thick with an unseen presence. The camera pans across the dim corridor. Shadows dance along the walls, and faint whispers echo. The master's warning echoed in Edgar's mind, "Do not turn back," but as the whispers grew louder, his resolve faltered. At the end of the corridor stood a door he had never seen before. It was ancient, carved with symbols that seemed to shift when he looked at them. With trembling hands, Edgar pushed it open. The door creaks open, revealing a dark forest bathed in silver moonlight. The corridor behind Edgar fades into shadow. The path ahead was narrow, winding through skeletal trees that reached for the sky like grasping fingers. The envelope in Edgar's hand grew heavier with each step. Edgar whispering, "What is this place?" The forest did not answer, but the whispers followed, growing louder, more insistent. They spoke his name, taunting, pleading. At the heart of the forest stood a clearing. In its center, a figure cloaked in shadow awaited. Its form was indistinct, shifting like smoke. The figure's voice is deep, resonant, and otherworldly. "Figure, you have something for me." Edgar hesitated, his instincts screaming to flee, but the master's words anchored him. He stepped forward, holding out the envelope. "Edgar, I was sent to deliver this." The figure's hand emerged from the shadows, long and clawed. It took the envelope, its touch sending a chill through Edgar's body. "Figure, you have done well, but the task is not complete." The figure gestures, and the clearing begins to dissolve into darkness. Edgar's breathing grows ragged. Edgar panicked. "What do you mean? What's happening? Figure, you must return." But the path will not be the same. Before Edgar could respond, the world around him vanished, leaving only darkness. Edgar awoke to find himself back in the corridor, the envelope gone, but the house had changed. The walls pulsed like a living thing, and the air was thick with decay. The master's study was just ahead, but the door, it was open, and the light within was blinding. Edgar shields his eyes as he steps inside. The master sits at his desk, his shadow now monstrous, filling the room. Master smiling faintly. You've returned. Excellent. Edgar, what did I deliver? What have you done? Master, I have merely ensured that the balance is maintained. You should be proud. Edgar, you've played your part beautifully. As the master spoke, Edgar felt his body grow heavy. His vision blurred, and the whispers grew deafening. Edgar desperate. What's happening to me? Master calm, you belong to the house now, just as I do. The last thing Edgar saw was the master's shadow enveloping him, pulling him into the darkness. Final words, soft whisper. The house always takes its due. Some shadows are never escaped.